This is an unmanned reconnaissance aircraft. Recorded the horror on the battlefield. Russia came to ask, I saw the tank in the video. Shoot directly at the soldiers inside the battle. Arrange the battlefield afterwards. The tragic situation inside the battle. It paralyzes people's scalp. This is the 6th fighting of the 2nd K Battalion, 54th Brigade, in the drone surveillance video. Discovered for the first time. This place has some Russian soldiers stationed, because there's a shelter in the trenches. Drones can't be effectively destroyed so. This armored team has been sent nearby to fight, in charge of paving the way. Ahead are 2 T-70 to battle tanks. In the back is an armored car. To ensure the safety of the infantry, to tanks at the top, in the cleaning work. I saw the tanks go through the forest, then divide the action. Intended to surround the soldiers on the ground from both ends. Not far away, there's occasional shelling. I'm sure Russian tanks are not far from this area. They need to hurry. Until both tanks form a siege. Just started bombarding. Air flares echoed across the spot immediately. Because the tanks are shooting at the Russian trenches. Serious targeting. Some of the shells hit the ground directly. Russian troops on the battlefield also took this opportunity to launch a counterattack against the army's tanks. But the Russian army also missed, but until the high orbit flies over the top of the tank, falling points in the back, probably from the anti-tank distillation. To address the threat target, Yukagin tank back barrel adjustment. This one directly puts the anti-tank missile in front of the fire. Sure, Russian military has no other heavy weapons that threaten it. This tank began to boldly move forward. Just go and shoot. The other side can't raise its head. This moment, finally, I can also feel the horror of steel. On the battlefield, Russia came to ask, regularly watch videos of tanks being turned on. Many people think that tanks don't work very well. But actually, in case of no means, effective targeting, armored tanks are definitely the infantry's nightmare. No matter what you hit, you can't break my house, but if I send one, you have to be cold. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Moments of despair. This tank finally came to the front. Right now, the whole trench, it's all exposed under its gun barrel. You can even see the trench. The soldiers' movements inside. Look at this situation. Organic tank moaning without hesitation. Another attack on all the suspicious targets. In this case, the air raid shelter doesn't work at all. From the picture can be seen. Russian soldiers are clearly unbearable from the shelling. Get out of the bomb shelter. But the tanks love the muscle moaning, not intend to ignore them. This moment, I can clearly feel the trench on the screen. Desperation among the soldiers and the brutality of war. Have organic tanks moaning again, firing cannons at soldiers' tanks. Russian military counterattack methods. It's just a small grenade in my hand. Can't even break the paint on the tank. This one, it also directly declared the end of this little battle. Then the Wu army's armored vehicles began to enter. These soldiers are no longer on combat duty. The only task is to clean up the battlefield, near where the tank just shot. You can see the chaos on the ground. Equipment buried in the ground. Anti-tank missiles are scattered everywhere. That above the early commenter moved a block that sucked the block. Finally, no. There are so many soldiers on the battlefield. Missing report.